So, ooh, echo. So, Sally, are you going to do a toast or not? Are you telling her not to, Ed? Would you like to do a toast? Would you like to do a toast? Yes, you may. This is Sally Hogshead, one of the board members of Letitia's House. She wants to make a toast.
In our lives, we have a lot of opportunities to do things that are important and urgent. We rarely have the opportunity to do something that is transformational. And what I encourage you to do is to not think about what is important in your email inbox or urgent in your voicemail, but to spend the time and investment on what the world needs from you. The world has given us so much bounty. We've been so blessed. Some people haven't been blessed, or their circumstances have not given them the opportunities that we have. And what I invite you to do is listen tonight. Listen to Benny. Listen to everybody who will talk to you. And think to yourself, how can I take the opportunities that the world has given to me, that I have made for myself, and allow somebody else to give themselves, to allow Letitia's House to give them that same opportunity? Yes? Yes. Clap if you agree.
Thank you. So, welcome to Letitia's House second annual gala. Not gala, gala. So, me and my son were arguing about that earlier tonight. My name is Benny Phillips, and I'm part of the board for Letitia's House, but you just saw who's really in control. And 30 years ago, when Elizabeth and Jeff attended a church that I pastored in Virginia, Fairfax, Virginia, I had no idea that this little lady with a big heart would end up as founder of two safe houses for sex-trafficked women. When Liz called me to ask if our small church in Lake Nona would be able to help bring hope and recovery to trafficked women, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. No idea what a thrill it would be to stand here tonight, express deep gratitude and just a pride that's hard to understand as I announce that we saw 4 women graduate from our program this year. 4 women. Two were awarded custody of their children, 2 achieved their GED, 2 entered into college, and all 4 are employed. And this genuine, yes. This genuine miracle is due to the help and the sacrifice and the support of so many of you in this room and many others who can't be with us tonight. And we are live streaming, and for those, thank you so much for joining with us. When I look around here, I see that there is a rich, diverse community of people from various religions and ethnic and socioeconomic backgrounds who've come together really to make something out of nothing. Our residents also represent that diversity, and no one is unwelcome at the house. We have seen the substantial impact that God and involvement in local churches have had on our residents, but we are committed to seeing women and their children welcomed at Letitia's House, no matter their age, their ethnicity, their political affiliation, or their expression of faith. The only thing that we ask of these ladies is, are you ready to invest the hard work to see your life change. Thank you for being here tonight, for contributing your time, your money, your prayers, as well as your willingness to spread the word about this one-of-a-kind opportunity. An opportunity to make a real difference in the lives of real women and children who are depending on people like you to make a path forward, a path for them and the generation that will follow them. So before we enjoy this delicious meal together, I want to introduce Jesse Phillips, who will be our MC for tonight. And Jesse represents a generation of young men and women that our organization desperately needs. We want to take Jeff and Elizabeth's vision for Letitia's House well into the future. So please welcome Jesse Phillips.
Thank you, and I certainly want to echo the expressions of gratitude for those who are here tonight. A lot of you are here tonight, and you're not just here tonight. You have been partnering with Letitia's House for the past year. This is our second annual Letitia's House Gala. Be sure to pronounce that the way it is properly pronounced. A gala. We're going to call it the gala. I'm the NC. I get to decide how we call this. It is the gala. I'm going to call it the gala. Can we all agree it's a gala? Show a hand. Okay. Okay, we got a table back here. It's stirring some trouble. So I want a show of hands, actually, before we... What's that? Not a table. A table. It's a gala. You're sitting at a table at the gala. Yeah. What table number are you at the gala? All right, so welcome to the gala. We're going to have some fun tonight. If this is your second time here, if you were at our first one, would you raise your hand? I want to see who. Thank you guys for your year-long partnership with our organization. We are glad that you were here. If this is your first time here, our new folks, who has never been to a Letitia's House gala before, raise your hands. Amazing, amazing. So glad to have you guys here. It's going to be a fun night, and I certainly want to echo what we heard from my pastor and my father, Benny. We appreciate you being here and look forward to you being introduced to a number of important people tonight that you're going to hear from. So before I have Mr. Talby come and say a word of prayer to get our dinner started, we are going to hear from somebody, a firsthand video testimony. So if our media guys would play the Welcoming Her Home video. Let's enjoy this video as we get started tonight.
Sometimes on this journey, I get lost in my mistakes. What looks to me like weakness is a canvas for your strength. And my story isn't over, my story's just begun. And failure won't define me, 'cause that's what my Father does. Yeah, failure won't define me, 'cause that's what my Father does. And lay your burdens down. Ooh, here in the Father's house. Check your shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. Ooh, you're in the Father's house.
There was no way anyone would want to help someone like me.
Arrival's not the end game, the journey is where you are. You never wanted perfect, you just wanted my heart. And the story isn't over if the story isn't good. And failure's never final when the Father's in the room. And failure's never final when the Father's in the room. Shame at the door, 'cause it ain't
studying nursing. I got all A's and B's in my classes. I will graduate with my degree. Watch out, world.
Prodigals come home, the helpless find hope. Love is on the move when the Father's in the room. Prison doors swing wide, the dead come to life. Love is on the move when the Father's in the room. Miracles take place, the cynical find faith, and love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Jericho walls are breaking, strongholds now are shaking. Love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Ooh, lay your burdens down. Ooh, here in the Father's house, check your shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. Ooh, you're in the Father's house. Yeah, lay your burdens down. Ooh, here in the Father's house, check your shame at the door. Welcome anymore. Ooh, you're in the Father's house.
At this time, I'm going to invite Jeff Talby, who is a member of the Board of Directors for the Florida Letitious House Board, to open us with a word of prayer for our meal. So let's welcome Mr. Talby.
Please join me in prayer. Gracious Father, we thank you for this event. We thank you for this beautiful setting and this wonderful meal that we're going to enjoy. We ask for your blessing on it. Lord, we are aware that there are folks outside of this room that are in horrible situations. There's human trafficking going on. There's abuse, a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of difficulty. And we pray that you would stir our hearts to action. Not out of guilt and shame, but out of love for neighbor, to see our fellow image bearers shine and flourish. So Lord, would you come and bless us this evening? We ask for it, and we ask for your blessing on this meal as well, and we will give you thanks and praise for it all. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, dinner is served, folks. Feel free to enjoy the several different courses that we have. I did want to reiterate that our safety is a number one concern here. We are seeking to practice social distancing, so if you do have to leave the table, utilize the mask. If you need a mask, we have some available at the front desk as well. But enjoy the dinner. We've got a lot more coming, and we'll continue with not only dinner, but a number of key testimonies that you're going to hear from, as well as thanking some of our sponsors. We've got a number of great sponsors that we're going to recognize later on throughout our evening, throughout the dinner time period as well. So dinner is served. Enjoy, everybody. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. If I could have your attention, we have been told that we have exceeded our goal, our financial goal for the silent auction. So congratulations, everybody. Well done on that. Is it still open? I think it may still be open. I got a text alert. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. It is not too late. It's not too late. Our foundation depends on the generous support of our sponsors, and in the program that you have received, you will find a number of businesses, individuals, and churches who have joined our mission to rescue and care for trafficking victims. And we would like to give a special attention to our diamond sponsor, the Ed Normand Law Firm. Thank you, guys. Ed Normand is a long-respected Orlando attorney who has handled numerous large personal injury cases in the course of his 24-plus years of civil trial practice here in Florida. And in 2015, he left semi-retirement to start the Normand Law PLLC with a couple of... I'm not even done yet. I mean, you got a fan club here, brother. You have a fan club. Right. There's some competing agendas here, so I'll let you guys handle that. But the firm's byline is, if Robin Hood had a law firm. It's probably the greatest byline of any law firm I have ever heard, due to their firm's commitment to being generous, pious, and courteous, and standing opposed to stingy, worldly, and churlish foes. How's that for a mission statement? Of course, somebody reminded me that if Robin Hood actually had a law firm, the attorneys would wear those big white wigs when they were practicing, and that you had actually committed to wear one of those during your trial next week if we raise enough money here tonight. So that is now our goal, to get a picture of Mr. Norman in a big white wig while he's practicing next week. If we dress, dude, if we raise enough money tonight, you can do whatever you want. So how's that for some incentive? Look, in all seriousness, we are honored to have Ed. We've already heard from his wife, Sally Hogshead, who is they're both board members of Letitia's House, and we are so grateful for all that you guys have done, not only to make this night possible, but in the furtherance of our foundation in general. So thank you very much. You'll be hearing from some more sponsors. It looks like the next course is out. I'm going to go back and eat. You guys enjoy the rest of your dinner, and we'll continue moving forward. Thank you. At this time, we would like to thank our Ruby sponsors. Again, we are dependent on the generosity of our sponsors, including our Ruby sponsors, Soil Tech Distributors, Louis Tarantino, Wiemert Group Realty, the Talby Team, Property Adjustments, Inc., our founder, Elizabeth Ameling, Charlie and Lisa Fitzgerald, the Marlar family, HCM Point, First Service Title of Florida, LLC, Turbo Moon Corporation. Please give it up for our Ruby sponsors. Check, check. All right, I understand that the vast majority of us here tonight are local from the city of Orlando. I also understand that there are some folks here tonight that came from out of town, and we are honored to have you here. In fact, if you are not a resident, if you don't live here locally, can you raise your hand if you came in from out of town for this event? Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Excellent. We are very happy to have you here and understand the financial commitment that represents. So thank you very, very much. Well, there's somebody that I want you to hear from. At this point, we're going to hear from our founder and executive director, Elizabeth Ameling. She started Letitia's House back in 2014 after a providential encounter that she had with a woman named Letitia that you will hear her tell you about. And her eyes were opened, and she had to do something. She did something. And all of us sitting here are the fruit of her following the voice in her, the voice of God, telling her new mission. And we are reaping the fruit of that, Liz. And she also participates in a number of different ways. As I was reading her bio, I thought this is an impressive person. She participates in stings with law enforcement. I didn't know that about you. That seems pretty awesome. She works closely with victims advocates, including attorney general offices, Homeland Security, the FBI, local police, and other anti-trafficking organizations. She's a certified traumatologist by the Center for Trauma and Studies at Regent University and the American Green Cross, and she brings a trauma-focused approach to victims of sex trafficking and to members of the community in her training and public awareness talks. You are a hero of ours, Liz, and I hope that you are feeling the love of your Central Florida friends. We're going to claim you as our own tonight. You are a Central Floridian. I don't care what your driver's license says. We love the fact that you are investing so much into our community and want to hear what you have to say. So thank you.
And we are going to move to Florida when we're going to be living in Lake Nona or somewhere. Jeff is going to take us around. So we feel a part of Florida too. So thank you so much. You all are like family. You really, really are. You're dear to our hearts. So I have to put my reading glasses on. Grandmothers wear reading glasses. So, yes, I know I have a wonderful grandson. I know he's not the cutest, but in my world he is. He's 21 months old, and we've only seen him once since COVID. So that's been very hard. But, he's the brightest, smartest 21-month-old on the earth at this point in time. And I would never tell a lie. So anyway, cheers to all the grandparents out there as well. So welcome to the gala celebration. Thank you for coming. We are truly honored to have you with us, and I am honored that you're here with COVID and all the things that are happening because you could have stayed home. So first, I know we've thanked our sponsors, but I'm going to make you stand up, so you have to put your dessert fork down. If you are a sponsor, please stand and remain standing. Okay, everybody stand. If you're a sponsor, we want to see you. Yay! Okay, wait. We'll have to applause, but there's more to come. We have a wonderful board of directors. Members of the board are identified by their colorful red name tags, which mine fell off. Would you please stand and remain standing if you're a member of the board? Come on. You have to remain standing. Remain standing. Okay. All right. If you tutor residents, lead a fitness class, teach a Bible study, garden, do game night, have Garelon beauty makeovers, I'm looking at you, Norma, or volunteer in any way, please stand. Volunteers, please stand. Okay. I would lovingly thank members of the faith community, civic organizations, and students who allow Letitia's House to do so well. If you belong to any of these groups and you work for Letitia's House, please stand. Okay, if you work for me, if you work for us, please stand. If you volunteer, please stand. Okay. You have to remain standing. I promise dessert will come. Benny and Cherie, you're supposed to remain standing because you're board members and you're wonderful people. Remain standing, okay? Okay, it's almost done. If you caught Vision for Lives Changed in 2018 and 2017, please stand. If you are new and you've joined us this year, please stand. Okay, anybody? All right, now we're going to give a big round of applause. Thank you. Okay, you can sit down and enjoy your dessert. Okay. Now, before I go further, I had one thing that I really felt like I needed to say. There's one individual, there's so many of you that are life-changing and important, but we have a heroine in our midst. She is a woman wearing dreadlocks. I know she doesn't know who she is, and she doesn't know I was going to do this because I sent her my speech, but I didn't have this in there. She was offered a job at another wonderful agency that works with victims of trafficking, and we met at Orlando Regional Airport and talked while people were taking their bags back and forth. And for some miraculous reason, she heard my heart, and her heart responded, and she agreed to work for us. And so, Stephanie O'Connor, can you please come up here, wherever you are? Stephanie, where are you? Where is she? All right. I literally just walked in. Surprise. No, you can say. Okay, this is Stephanie O'Connor, and she has given her heart to us, and she has seen lives change. She came and worked as a house manager. She's our state director. She's the face of Letitia's house in Florida, and most of this evening wouldn't have happened without her. So, and we love you. So thank you. So thank you. It takes a village. Woo! Sorry. All right. So you might be asking why a safe house in Orlando. You've already heard that Orlando is ranked number 3 in the nation. Florida is ranked number 3 in the nation. And there are many wonderful groups and individuals, but the need is great. There's always a need. Letitia was the first trafficking victim I encountered over 15 years ago on a youth group trip to a large city where we encountered her not once but 3 times under the watchful eye of her pimp. When this 20-plus-year-old girl who looked 12, she weighed about 80 pounds soaking wet, asked us to help her, we went into action. We found a safe house where she was greeted with, "Welcome home, Letitia, welcome home." At that moment in the moonlight, I felt that I needed to change my life. I was a homeschooling mom of 3 children. I have a degree in classical music. I minored in psychology, but I played concert piano. And I still do it when I have time, which is not often. But I play when the girls get into a program. I play the Hallelujah Chorus on my Steinway piano, which is what I bought before I bought a car. Paid $100 for my car and $5,000 for my piano, so you know where my priorities were. But that moment, it was God said, you need to do this. And so we went back to Charlottesville, and we encountered underage girls that were being trafficked in Charlottesville, the home of Thomas Jefferson, and Virginia is the state of presidents. You know how that goes. And there were girls living under bridges and drug addicts. And so for 3 years, Jeff drove the church van, and we picked people up, and we helped them. We took them food. We got them clothes. I should have bought stock in McDonald's because we took them hot meals every morning. We did that for 3 years. We brought girls home with us. I wouldn't advise doing that unless you really have wisdom when you do it. And we connected them with their family members, but the overwhelming need was that we needed a safe house. And so I was playing as a worship director at a little church, and our church pastor got into trouble, and he left. And we had $150,000, and the elders all gave money away. But all this time, for 3 years, we were going out and doing street ministry Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, where we unconditionally loved people. We didn't hit them over the head with the Bible. We just loved them and brought them to services. So the church gave me $25,000 and said, start Letitia's house. And so literally 6 months later, we had a house. So that's kind of how it happened because it was meant to be. And over the years, I've become a traumatologist. I had to go back to grad school and learn about psychology. Sometimes I roll my eyes when I talk about psychology, but it's okay. um, because a lot of it is mom common sense. I mean, even though I'm a traumatologist, I know that when you're dealing with victims of trafficking, it's common sense and the things that you do as a parent that often you use the most. So while the Virginia House is continuing to serve victims of trafficking, mostly from the Commonwealth of Virginia, we got a referral, so why Florida, from the State Attorney General's office in Orlando. Our first out-of-state residence came. She was sentenced to 18 months. She begged me. She said, Miss Liz, Letitia's house has saved my life. I thought I was going to die on the streets as a heroin addict. You've got to do something. So we came to a trafficking summit in 2017, and we prayed that God would open doors and we would meet the right people. And Lauren Newell, who used to work for me and is a dear friend, we went to this trafficking summit and we walked into rooms and we said, God, connect us to the right people. Because there were so many people there, thousands of important people. We connected with One to One Hope. We connected with Northland Church. We connected with Church in the Sun. We wrote Redeemer Church, who responded back right away. All of a sudden, we met an attorney in jail and prison ministries. And at the end of that weekend, somebody said, I know of a house. And we called this woman, and she said, her name is Lasleen. And she said, last night I had a dream about a girl being trafficked at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up, and today you called me. So anyway, that's just how this came about. It was meant to be. So Lasleen, Glimp, and Ron, we have their house. The house was fixed in 6 months. It opened in February 2019. And we've had our first round of residents graduate, and we have new residents living there now. So thank you so much. So isn't that amazing? I mean, when it's meant to be, it happens. Of course, God, and we believe that God has definitely been involved in this, brings along people with heart and passion and dollars and vision. And what's exciting for me is that I care about this. I breathe, live, and eat Letitia's house 24/7. I think about it all the time. It's hard for me not to think about it because I love the women who come. I pray for them every day. I know them by name. I know their children. It becomes consuming. It becomes like your family. But what's amazing is that God brings so many other people into the picture with talents, like Sally with her wonderful gifts, and Ed and Ed and Sally and Benny and Cherie and Jesse. I mean, I could call you all by name and we'd be here till midnight, so I'm not going to do that. But we have a new vision, and I'm a vision caster. I believe in answering a need. If you see a need, get the education, bring the people together and answer it, and then you take the next thing. So what you're going to hear about tonight is Hope Village, and that's our next step. We already have it, and it's really exciting because it's needed. We have our residents stay 12 months. In Virginia, our average stay is 24 months. We have residents who are in Virginia who cannot leave because their families are predatory. And if they leave, they're going to be abused and oppressed. And so we've had a resident there 4 years because the minute she leaves, somebody's going to take her money and beat her up. So what we need is Hope Village. And Hope Village, you'll learn about in a video, is where we have long-term housing for 2 to 3 years, where women continue to grow and have mentors and a site director, financial literacy. They save their money. They become homeowners down the road. They get to be with their kids. So that's our next step. Because when you graduate from Letitia's house, you still need support. So what we're hoping to do in the next year is have that dream happen also. So you're going to hear about it. Anyway, you'll hear more on the videos. So I won't give any more of a teaser than that. But our house is accepting of all women. You've heard of that, regardless of their religious faith, sexual orientation, socioeconomic background. When they come, they often have no sense of love or dignity. They were controlled by a pimp, and trafficking is defined as somebody who coerces or controls someone. So even prostitution, I know people used to think that was a choice. It's not. No girl who's sexually abused at 4 or 5 or 6, who's trafficked at 12 is making a choice. The choices have been made for her. And so 99% of the women who come to our house have been sexually abused as kids, and they were trafficked as children. So when they're arrested as adults, they were trafficked as children. So what we're doing is we're changing that cycle. So what a privilege to see women discover their talents, giftings, and passion for their future. So it's really wonderful, and we're seeing that. Now, did you win wonderful things at the silent auction? And a call out to Paddle 212. It's not in my notes. I bid against you for the Daytona trip, and I lost. So I'd love to talk to you later, but I'm really honored that you spent so much money to help the residents at our house. You got too rich for me, but thank you, Paddle 212, whoever you are, because I kept wondering who you were as I bid against you, and then I had to drop out. Seriously, come up to me afterwards and say, hey, I'm 212. I'd love to thank you. So somebody won fabulous rounds of golf, dining around town, and beautiful jewelry, but just wait. The live auction is coming up. You will be given the opportunity to go to the beach. Yeah, I told you, go to the beach. Take a trip to the Caribbean with airfare from JetBlue and that special signature art piece of the bonsai tree made out of, I don't know if you all got to see it, but the bonsai tree is made out of 40 layers of pearls and mica. And the artist who does that, each one is unique and individual. And those are sold in galleries around the world. It's $3,500. It'll be collectible. Each one is a piece of work. What else do we have? You get to stay in an upstate New York Adirondack. They called it a cabin. It's got 3 bedrooms, ensuite. What is it? Those R2? Those terrain vehicles, ATVs. I'm old. What do I know? ATV vehicles. What does Grandma know? So AT vehicles, they're horses. Imagine, though, you're in New York, you're near the Snake River, you have JetBlue air tickets, which you can also buy. You go up there, and you are tired of hot, muggy Orlando. You are longing for a crisp night air, and you want to wear that down jacket you bought at the store on impulse. And so you buy this trip, and you are walking with your sweetheart, and you're hearing the crunch, crunch of the leaves. Right? You have a campfire without a phone, and you have a campfire, and there are s'mores. Now, do you like your marshmallows caramelized and flaming, or do you like them soft and gooey? The chocolate is melting. You sit there with your sweetie pie, you eat your s'mores, and then you go walk along the Snake River. If you desire, in the morning, you might go for a horseback ride. You might go and look at the expanse of stars, because there are no city lights around. It's just you and your solar-powered lantern and your beloved and the beautiful night sky. So that's one of our live auction items. I mean, that's a lifetime of memories right there. So it's wonderful, and they call it a cottage. You know, the definition of a cottage is 3 master bedrooms en suite with all the accoutrements. Oh, well, I didn't mention the beach house. Well, I know there's okay. There's a wonderful oceanfront beach house too. Okay. Well, there's wonderful oceanfront. Okay, well, I thought upstate New York might be harder to sell than the beach. I'm sorry. Okay. So there's wonderful. You can do s'mores at the beach as well. Absolutely. What's wrong with that? Yes. Okay, so here we have a challenge. We have a challenge from Miss Sally. Okay.
Okay. May I?
Yes.
Okay. Who knows what a manatee is? Okay, show me with your hands what a manatee looks like. Show me. Like this? Wait. Hold on. This side of the room is more participatory than that side. You guys, come on. Show me. You. Show me. You show me. Okay. You show me. Show me. Right that. Right? Show me. Okay. Show me. Okay. Now, imagine that Orlando is the capital of chain restaurants. Tell me a chain restaurant. Applebee's. Chili's. Wait, what? Which one? Longhorns. Wait, this table. Outback. Chili's. This table. Cheesecake Factory. Right, okay. We love these restaurants, right? Do we love an area that doesn't have restaurants that are chains? Do we love that? Like kind of quirky, weird? As part of Letitia's house, do we love having something that's meaningful? Yes? Okay, so the beach house, no chain restaurants. There's one restaurant, which is JB's. Okay, what is?
East off, lots of seafood, rail seafood, right on the, right on a fish camp, right?
Yes. Okay. Wait, hold on. The point is, we outbid us for that other place, right? Hey, now we're trashing the other place.
So imagine you put your hose down and you get 5 2,000-pound manatees drinking like a bottle bib from your hose, and you can swim in the water with those manatees. Now, don't let the authorities see you. I'm a lawyer. It's against the law to harass a manatee. I think if you give them water, it's not harassment, but you can swim with them. There's dolphins there, everything. And so we would love for you to outbid that crappy New York place. Oh, it's right there, yeah. It's all there. It's all there. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we have a bidding war. The truth is, you all have a great opportunity to do either one of those wonderful vacations. Plus, there's a 6-night, 7-day Caribbean trip with airfare to 35 resorts. So you can pick in fact, you can do more than one vacation. You can go to upstate New York, have your s'mores, and then go ahead and go to Ed and Sally's beach house. I think that's a great idea. Anyway, we need to go on.
We'll make it an extra day.
Okay, they'll make it an extra day. Okay, so you heard it from Sally. So 8 days. So honestly, how can any of you go wrong? So those are wonderful auction items that you have to bid on. So anyway, and there are no phones at the beach house or upstate New York. You leave your phone in your car and you lock it. So anyway, back to the live auction. You might win luscious South Sea pearls. Now we're talking about the beach. We have a strand of perfectly matched South Sea pearls with a 14-karat gold clasp that has diamonds. And the conservative appraisal is $5,000. They are timeless. The other thing we have was donated, and what woman doesn't look divine in pearls? Honestly, they are wonderful on every woman. Every man in the room who has a wife or girlfriend or daughter ought to be paying attention. So the other thing we have, which is a treasure, is our senior house manager in Virginia was trafficked for 18 years, and her grandmother passed away and left her a diamond and ruby tennis bracelet and matching earrings. And those are 100 years old, and they appraised at over $5,000. They are beautiful. They are truly classic, and she gave them to us because she believes in the Florida house. So I hope that you do Ashley O'Leary proud and bid on those, because she was so thrilled to donate them to you guys for the ladies in Florida. What? Oh, they were appraised in 1923, and then we got them appraised recently as well. But they are stunning and classic. I mean, it's 5 carats of diamonds and rubies, and they were lovingly cared for. So I hope you all make her proud by bidding on those as well. So before I know we could talk all night, and I don't want to do that because people have babysitters. We had an honored guest tonight, and she's not able to be here because her boyfriend tested positive for COVID. Miss Puerto Rico Universe runner-up. Her grandmother Norma is here with us, and she wanted to speak. Her name is Madison Anderson Barrio. I hope I did that right. I've been practicing my R's, rolling my R's. I failed Spanish, so I didn't fail it, but I'm terrible at it. So anyway, Madison has a few words she'd like to say. She would have been with us, but last night she had to not come. So here we go.
Thank you very much for having me. I would like to start by recognizing the amazing work that Elizabeth Emling and the entire team at Letitia's House Foundation are doing. Thank you. Thank you for providing a safe place for women to experience healing and to learn important life skills. Thank you as well for gathering us all here for this very important and worthy cause. Women empowerment is my life's mission. I have interacted with victims of abuse both in my personal life and professional capacity as former Miss Universe Puerto Rico. I continue to use my voice and my platform to reinforce the message that things will change, that things can change. We know that abuse takes many forms. We may have all experienced it to varying degrees. One thing we can all agree on is that any form of abuse is scarring and traumatizing. It is extremely unfair. You see, abuse steals our confidence, robs us of relationships, and erodes self-esteem, leading to prolonged moments of depression. Truth? Women are under assault. The forces that work to steal and rob a young woman of her dignity and future must be matched by those who care, by those who champion women. As we internalize the heart-wrenching and tragic wrongs that are forever altering the lives of our sisters, our daughters, our communities, it is time to internalize this and today. Resolve to do better, to take a stand, to bring about real and lasting change that protects, heals, and lifts. It begins with you. It will take our collective awareness, focus, and resources to make a lasting difference. This is the moment. This is the time. As we step forward, we begin to reduce the suffering of women in small yet meaningful ways, each day, one woman at a time. As we listen to the speeches and celebrate the milestones, may we be deeply moved to share a time and resources to this cause. Let's put smiles on the faces of those recovering. Let's provide hope and a healing pathway. From each traumatic event comes also an opportunity to evolve, to grow, and to inspire. I am so excited about the advancements and the expanded opportunities for women offered thanks to Letitia's Home Foundation. These are very exciting times, and I feel very, very hopeful. May God continue to watch over all of us and inspire us in ways where we can make a real and enduring difference. Thank you.
And the next video you're going to hear is from a survivor, and then we're going to go to our live auction.
My name is T, and I am 31 years old. This is my story. It all started at 3 when my mom took her own life, leaving behind my 2 brothers and me. I was raised by my grandma, who stepped up and became my mom and dad. My father was dealing with his own issues he never dealt with growing up. I was an A and B honor roll student and cheerleader. My young life was also full of confusion and hurt, not ever getting answers to why my mom would ever leave me. My dad tried to be there the best he could, only to buy me things to show his love. I first fell in love at 14, and we dated until I ended it at 18, looking for a way out. I first started using to numb every feeling I ever felt, and it worked for the moment. At 19, I had my first baby. I knew my lifestyle could not support a beautiful baby, and she deserved more. Her grandparents adopted her. She is 10 now, and I still haven't had contact with her, but I know that someday that will change. Same thing at 22. I gave birth to a baby boy who inadvertently became a foster baby due to my trafficker. He was not his, but I lost him because this man loved me. Later, I was being sold to multiple pimps, only to find myself in and out of jail and prison. After I got out of prison, I ended up pregnant with my now 3-year-old daughter. At 3 months pregnant, I was back in jail. I was told that I was going to get 50 to 100 years. 6 months later, I had my daughter in jail. I was only allowed to stay with my baby for 3 days. Then I left her at the hospital to return to hell. Jail. They threw me in a cell, lonely, not knowing what was going on with my baby. Not to mention, while this was going on, my dad was dying of cancer. I was able to go to a program that allowed me to get my princess, and that's what I did. After a year of having no support, being a full-time mom to a newborn and losing my dad, I was tired and drained. I took the first 24-hour pass and went out to relapse, all in 24 hours. I lost my daughter to the system, violated, and ended up in jail for another 9 months. Thank God my church found great caregivers that love my daughter. After all this, I was offered to come to Letitia's house or prison for 5 years. Like that was a hard decision. The moment I walked in, I felt a big relief. Not to mention my soon-to-be best friend was waiting for me. I soon began working with my counselor, Angela. Thank God for godly counselors. Sometimes I thought my counselor needed a counselor. This was it. God was in the midst. I knew this was different. I started healing and being loved the way God loves, not the way the world loves. 16 months later, I can smile with confidence thanks to an amazing dentist, and I can be me. I have real friendship, and for once, I don't feel used. I have the most rewarding relationship with my Heavenly Father. I have hope. I have full custody of my daughter. I have a car. I can drive legally, a real driver's license. I am a high school graduate now. That was God. It was a challenge. I have become a Celebrate recovery leader. I have an apartment with my baby. Letitia's house and staff have been God's hands and feet. There have been times where I wanted to run and hide. There has been laughter and tears. But through it all, we managed to come back together, and we are a family. Letitia's house never gave up on me, even when I felt unworthy. Through my daughter's eyes, I knew better. My daughter grounded me and put me back on track. God can use toddlers too. Oh, and He did. I went from I am a victim to I am a survivor, and I have a story that needs to be told. This is just the beginning of my new life. I have been redeemed.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is J. Paul Basinger. I am your auctioneer for this evening. Thank you. It's weird. Elizabeth had called me up to see if this date was available like 100 years ago. And it was odd when I was talking to her. This is all before the vid came around. That's how I refer to it. It just seems not so tragic that way. But anyhow, she had called and she had asked if this date was available. And I said, well, that's odd. It's the only date in November that's available. And so she says, well, we'd love to talk with you. And so just a little bit about me. I started this company about 14 years ago, and we just work with nonprofit and charitable organizations. And we only work with groups who we believe in what they're doing. So if your desire is to hire me to help save the baby harp seal, I'm not your guy. I mean, they're adorable, and I'm sure no one should be clubbing them to death, but I'm just not the guy to help you raise money for that. We've got 10 live auction items today. What you will need is your program, because on there is your bidder number. That's how you will be able to bid tonight on these 10 live auction items that we have. The list of the items that we're selling are on pages 16 and 17 of your program if you'd like to follow along as well. So you have to use both. You're going to have to use this to read what's going on and also use it to bid. And we are not going to go in order either on the live auction. We're gonna bounce around a little bit. And so the first one that we're going to auction off is actually lot number 64. It is the New England log cabin, the 1 week rental in the beautiful, stunning ghetto. Look at those pictures. They've even got a tree house, or maybe that's a bear escape. I don't know. This is, I don't want to correct Elizabeth, because after all, she's signing the check at the end. But the Snake River is in Arizona. Now, this is on the Independence River, which is in upstate New York. So for anyone that was confused, like, didn't Didn't Evil Knievel, wasn't that the Snake River? And, and I saw the confusion, so we just want to correct that. S'more's waiting to have. Evil Knievel didn't want to mess with the Independence River in upstate New York. This is where we're at. So 1 week stay, and man, if that's roughing it, sign me up. So, ladies and gentlemen, the auction's on. Start it where you will. Give $1,000 and let's run. Someone $1,000 and now $1,250 and now $1,500. $1,500 back to you, man. Way to go. $1,500. $1,500 in the back and now $1,750 and now $2,000 and now $2,250. $2,250, sir. Back to you and now $25 and now $750. $2,750 back there, man. Way to go. $2,750. $2,750, sir. Don't bow out now. $2,750. Money's not going to me. 25 and now 750. I've got 25 on the lady off to my left and now 2750. Last and final call. All in, all done. You bought it, ma'am. Sold 2,500. Hold that up one more time, would you please? Your buyer number 9090 for $2,500. Well, you guys are great. That started off well. Well, the next item that we're going to. What else would you want to wear when you go to stay at your log cabin for a week but a strand of pearls? South Sea Pearl Necklace, again, timeless classic, and those are beautiful, gang. I don't wear pearls, but I hope you do. 14-karat gold, value $5,000. Ladies and gentlemen, start it where you will. How about half price and go $2,500 and let's run. $2,500 on the pearl necklace. There we go, 25. $2,500. By the way, gentlemen, last month was Sweetest Day. If you missed that and you weren't sure why your wife was upset with you, that was October 16th. This is like a month later, and if she's still mad, here's an opportunity maybe to fix that. $2,500. Give $1,000 for the pearl strand. $1,000. We're able to give $1,000. $1,000 I have in the back. Thank you. And now $1,250. 1,000 bid. And now $1,250. 1,000. $1,250. And now $1,500. $1,500 back to you, ma'am. I'm going to go $1,500. I've got $1,250. And now $1,500. Again, Elizabeth went on and on about people bidding against her like it's some crime. So don't let that bother you. Don't let that stop you, okay? I've got $1,250 and now $1,500. $1,500 back there. To go $1,500. Last and final call. All in, all done. $1,250 bid and now $1,500. $1,500 and now $1,750. I've got $1,500 and now $1,750. $1,750 last. Elizabeth, you want back in? $1,750. $15 and now $1,750 on it. There we go. $1,750. If it was a piano, you'd be all in. $1,750 sold. $1,500. Counselor, buyer number. What's your bidder number? 52. Buyer number 52. Thank you, sir. Item number 3, we are going to be selling the artwork. Item number 66. Item number 66. This is the Orion Blue Bonsai artwork. 40 layers of crushed pearl, crushed mica. This doesn't take place overnight. This is not a plein air piece that is done in an hour or so. It's absolutely fantastic if you've come and you take a look at it when it was out there in the silent auction area. It was really well lit. It's beautiful. It's heavy. And it's expensive. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we appreciate the people that take time between the artist and also Ocean Blue Galleries for the donation here. Artist objective, so you tell me what's worth today. Valued at $3,500, what do you give? Someone say $1,000 and let's run. $1,000 I have and now $1,250. 1,000 bid and now $1,250 on bonsai tree. $1,250 and now $1,500, sir. Back to you. $1,500. I got $1,250 clear in the back and now $1,500. $1,500. Do you want to go? $1,500. $1,500. Thank you, sir. And now $1,750. $1,750 back there. What do you? That table back in the corner, you guys are awesome. We're actually going to get you a better table next year. $1,750. $1,500 and now $1,750. Do you want to go again? $1,750. Last and final call. I've got $1,500 in the middle and now $1,750. All in, all done. Anybody else? $1,750. You bought it, sir. $1,500. Buyer number 44. Buyer number 44 for $1,500. Item number. Yes, yes. You may make a comment. Well, that's item number 4. Item number 4 is item number 60. It's item number 60 in your program. This is the 6-night Caribbean Deluxe Accommodation Vacation. Airfare for 2 as well included on JetBlue. 7 days and 6 nights, and you're going to get to choose of one of 4 destinations: Cancun, Punta Cana, Costa Rica, or the Riviera Maya. And again, airfare to any one of those destinations, round trip. This is for 2 people, 7 days, 6 nights. And I'm guessing, you can make s'mores there also. Ladies and gentlemen, help yourself here. Again, probably the best part about this, too, you have an entire year to plan for this and to use this. So you'll get the voucher for it, but you have an entire year to use it. Ladies and gentlemen, start it where we will. Someone say 1,500 and let's go. 1,500 I have, and now 1,750, and now 2,000, 2,250, and now 2,500. 2,500 back there, to go 25, 2,500. I've got 2,250 on the lady right here, 2,500 in the back there, to go 2,500. 2,250 your bid, ma'am, and now 25. Now you can go again. 2,750. I had to find someone to bid against you first. 2,750. 2,500, and now 750 on it there, to go 2,750. I don't know why you're listening to him. You were doing fine on your own. 2,750. 2,500 there, and now, so, ma'am, there's a seat for you right up here if you like. 2,750. Thank you. And now $3,000 back there, to go 3. I've got 27 on the lady who's not listening to the guy anymore, and now 3,000. 3,000 back there, to go 3,000. I have 2,750 bid, and now 3,000. Last and final call. $3,000. Anybody else? 3. Ma'am, you bought it. 2,750. Congratulations. What's your bidder number? Buyer number 39. Buyer number 39. Congratulations. 2,750. That's a nice vacation. The next one we're selling is my notes, item number 5, but in your catalog, it's item number 16. Or, excuse me, 69. Item number 69. This is the Girlin package. And luxury beauty products. Eye cream, day cream, perfumes, lotion, makeup. They say you can't put lipstick on a pig, but, wow, that's never going to go anywhere well, is it? Let's just like to get the last 10 seconds of my life back there right now. You guys have a working relationship with this group, is that right? With all their beauty products and everything? They what? They volunteer at Letitia's house all the time, beauty makeovers and everything, and self-confidence is a huge thing, and this company makes it happen. So you can have your very own lotions, creams, and everything else in this beautiful gift set right here. Someone give 500 and let's roll. Give $100 and we'll just go to town. $100 on it, that would give 100, and now 2. 100 bid, and now $200. See, not everything's $3,000. $100 and now 2. $200 on it, that would go $200. 2 I have, and now 300, and now 400 back there to you, ma'am. $400. 300's down front, and now 4, and now 500. $500. When I do this, it's your turn. $500. Everybody go 500. I've got 4 in the back, and now see the motion again. $500. 500, and now $600. Everybody goes 600. You're out, ma'am. Do you want to go 600? No, you're done. Your girlfriends are telling you you're done. Okay, I've got 500 and now 600. Last and final call. $600. Anybody else? 6. Elizabeth, you got $500 worth of Girl and Beauty products. Congratulations. What's your bidder number? 73. 73. Thank you very much. Item number 6. Now, this is the, I'll tell you, the story about how this got donated is as impressive as the jewelry itself. This is the diamond tennis bracelet and earrings. The diamond tennis bracelet alone, between rubies and diamonds, wrong one, but close. They're similar. There we go. The diamond and rubies alone in the tennis bracelet are 5.5 carats total. 1929, 1923, estate piece, beautifully done. Almost $6,000, the last appraisal, and we have the paperwork, I believe, for that as well, too, that you will get with this. I don't know what else to tell you, folks. Timeless classic that would have looked as good in the 20s that will look as good today in 2020. Help yourself. Spend what you will. Someone gave this. I mean, you get this left to you, and then you turn around, and you want to turn around and give it to someone else because you think it'll help maybe 3 or 4 more people instead of just you being able to look nice one night a week. I think that's incredibly selfless, so what's it worth? Would someone give $5,000 and just go? 5,000, we're able to give 5,000, give 2,500, we'll start it there and run. $2,500 able to go, 2,500 on the diamond and ruby tennis bracelet and matching earrings. 2,500 able to go, 2,500. 2,500 able to go, 2,500. I think it's worth that all day long, and the story that goes with it should be too. 2,500. 2,500 able to go, 2,500. I would be willing not to sell this year and hold this item until next year's gala and then offer it again instead of allowing it to go for less than 2,500. Then that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to make it up on the back end somewhere else. Thank you very much. 2,500 and now 750. 2,500 and now 750. God bless you, sir. 2,750. Last and final call. Anybody else? 25 is bid and now 750. Sir, you bought it. $2,500. Thank you so much. What's your bidder number? 15. Bidder number 15. Bidder number 15 at $2,500. Thank you so much. That was 6 and now 7 is, oh, all right. Our friends at JetBlue gave us 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere they fly. There is one setback on this, though, one caveat that we want full disclosure. We don't want anyone buying something that they don't know what they're getting. You only have 2 years to use these tickets. So these will be good up and through the 30th of January, 2022. So if you're not sure where things are going to be travel-wise in the next year, certainly by 2022, right? I mean, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on airfare, JetBlue tickets. How many dollars there? Give what you will. Give 500 and let's run. $500 I have and now 750. 500. I'll just take $100 bites. 600 where? 5 now 6 and now 7. I love this. This is fantastic. I got the whole table bidding against themselves. This is beautiful. I love this. 500 and now 600 and now 700 and now back to you at 800. I sure wish you would because this is so much fun. 800. Anybody else? Do you want to go 800 and now 900? I have 8 here and now 9. We need. Are there other seats available for some of the 800? You're flying together. God bless you. 800 and now 9. I don't have to. Now they're out. 800 and now 900. Now $1,000 and now 1,100. 1,100 back there and now 12. $1,200 back to you. There would go 1,200. I've got 11 on that side of the room and now 12 and now 1,300. 1,300 and now 1,400, ma'am. 1,400 back there on 1,400. I've got 13 clear over there and now 1,400. Last and final call. 1,400. Do you want to go 1,400? And now $1,500 there. 14 and now 15. 15. I can tell you're not a quitter, sir. 1,500. 14 and now 15. 15. You don't even have to ask anyone for permission. 15. 1,600. 15 and now 16. You guys were in the elevator with us. 1,500 and now 1,600. 15 and now 16. 1,600. Last and final call. All in. All done. 1,600. Sold $1,500. What's your bidder number, sir? Is that 107? 107. Thank you very much. Hee, Shimon. It's my Michael Jackson impersonation. Lot number 9, which is, okay, here we go. Froggy come a-courtin', he did ride. Item number 65 is a place so far removed from chain restaurants. This is a beautiful riverfront home in New Smyrna Beach, which this is now an eight-night stay now. I mean, look at the colors. I mean, that just says, having a good time, wishing you were here, right? Now, the great part about something like this is, too, if you have family coming in from out of town, and they're going to stay with you, let them, and then give them your home, and you guys stay here. This is where you want to be, yes. So, guys, thank you for your generosity. We appreciate the extra night. New Smyrna Beach is just a great getaway and lovely. Well, I'm yes, sir. Well, on the 8-night stay at New Smyrna Beach, give $3,000 where? Give $2,000 and let's go. $2,000 I have, and now $2,250. $2,000, $2,250, and now $2,500, and now $750. So where to go? $2,750, and now $3,000, and now $250. $3,250, and now $500. $3,500 clear in the back there. Where to go? $35. I've got $35, and now $750. $4,000 and now $250. $4,250. There we go. $4,250. I've got $4,000 on the lady and now two. We're not going there. Hey, who's to say that makes it worth more? Right. Might have to come back down again. I've got $4,000 on Sally and now $4,250. Last and final call. All in, all done. Anybody else at $4,250? Sold $4,000. Sold $4,000. Whose bidder number are we putting that on? Oh. 53 for $4,000. Thank you very much. 50, oh, now it's 52. Well, they were holding up their thing in the back there. So, okay, 52 is the buyer on that. 52. Okay, finally, 2 round-trip tickets to the Bahamas. Now, this is kind of cool. We don't have a hotel for you. We have no idea where you might stay. But this is Air Unlimited that it's going to fly you there. So if you don't want to have to be like 18 inches from the person next to you in with 150, you won't have to. Private airline, Air Unlimited. This is 2 round-trip flights. You'll either go to Treasure Cay or Marsh Harbor in the Bahamas. And so there's and a matter of fact, Treasure Cay is all brand new now. The hurricane, when they whopped it out, so it's all brand new houses down there along. So find some place, find an Airbnb and go. But what a great time. And want to thank Melissa for getting these done. How many dollars out there, gang? Give $500. Let's run. $500. A pair of round-trip airfare tickets I have, and now $750, and now $1,000. $1,000 back there, man. I'm going to give $1,000. I've got $750 over here, and now $1,000. $1,000 on it there. Where to go? Am I going in too big of steps for you? How about $800? $750, $800, $900, back to you. And now we're back to where we started. $1,000 back to you. They were to give $1,000. $1,000 all in, all done. Anybody else there were to give $1,000. $1,000 last and final call. Sold $900. You bought it, ma'am. What's your buyer number? 117. 117. Folks, did I miss one pair of earrings? I did, didn't I? They're also from Ashley. These are the small. This is item number 62. Item number 62. These are the smaller diamond and ruby earrings. I almost forgot that. Also donated by Ashley. She inherited these. And again, they would also still match the diamond tennis bracelet and ruby bracelet that we sold earlier. They're a little different, but still very nice. Classic if you're looking for a little color on your ear. How many dollars on it there, gang? Give what you will today, and we have the appraisal for these as well. Would someone give $1,000? Give $500 I have, and now $750. $500's in the back, and now $750 on the earrings. $500 and now $750. They were to give $750. $500 bid, and now $750. Last and final call. $500 and now $750, and now $1,000, ma'am. $1,000, thank you, and now $1,250, sir. $1,250 on it. They were to go $1,250. I appreciate help. I appreciate you helping me get to where I needed to go. $1,000 and now $1,250. I'm glad I finally got you something back there. Sold $1,000. What's your bidder number? I had to come this far just because I can't see. Bidder number 1. Bidder number 1. This is the fun part. And before we get to the next part, I'd love you to watch one more video. And if you didn't get something in the silent auction or the live auction, and even if you did, it's really the only reason we're here tonight. I mean, it's just, well, watch the video. I'll come back in a little bit.
We had a girl die last year. She'd been raped by her stepdad at 12. She'd had her first baby at 12. She had 4 children by a pimp. She grew up in juvenile detention. When she came to Letitia's house, her life was transformed. She loved going to Bible study. She went through our program. She went to culinary school here, and she got a job working at a 4-star restaurant in town. She graduated from our program after 18 months. She left, and a month later, she was dead because she got overwhelmed. And so she met somebody who gave her drugs, and she died of a drug overdose. Most programs are 6 months. We started out 6 months, and we went to 10. Now we're 18. Most of the safe houses, I mean, they're 30 to 60 to 90 days. And they know it takes 2.5 to 5 years to heal from trauma. You don't heal from trauma in 90 days. And studies show that if you give these women enough time, they heal. We have an 86% success rate. The national average is 19%. We've learned over the last couple years that providing housing without Christ and without the church is just a place to sleep, and it often doesn't work. It's not enough to have housing. You have to have the community support, and you have to have the continued counseling, and it has to keep going because they do well here. 18 months of love and support, but when you leave, all that stops. If you have Hope Village, it doesn't stop. Imagine Hope Village, because it's a place of hope, connected to a church, and the women live there, and they have mentors. They go to Bible study. They do financial literacy. They are in a safe place. They pay $200 or $300 a month rent, and that's all. They work with a financial advisor who helps them restore their credit, invest in their children's college education, and save for their own house. But the women who live there, there's a site director. She can drug test. She keeps on top of you. She makes sure you're going to Bible study. Part of the contract you sign is that you volunteer and you give back. At the end of 2 years, they have their degrees and they're able to provide for their own children in a home. Imagine though, you've been trafficked at 12, you have a child at 16 or 17, you've got 5 kids and you're 31, and 2 of them have autism and 1 has special needs, and you're living by yourself in an apartment. You need that support. You need that community. had we had Hope Village, she would have lived in Hope Village, and she would have had accountability, and she would have had emotional support. We want these women to be rock stars and impact the world for future generations. And this is the next step. If you have land, if you have a heart, if you are a financial advisor, or if you want to work one-on-one with somebody and help them change their credit score and not feel shame, if that's your heart and you want to give back, here's an opportunity to do that in a meaningful way. Contact us right away and we'll talk about what the next steps are.
I don't know where your hearts are at tonight. I've been doing this helping groups for the last 14 years. I've been an auctioneer for 30, and I've never ever wanted to assume what someone wanted to do financially for the benefit of an organization that they attended that night. I am a firm believer in Babe Ruth's sayings that you cannot hit home runs without swinging for the fence. And so I'm never afraid to swing for the fence. I also am a firm believer in James that you have not because you ask not. So we just ask. If you believe in Elizabeth's vision that her Saul on the road to Damascus, and then all of a sudden she needs to start helping trafficked women, then I want to give you what the cost of survival is. They have found a piece of property that they would like to build Hope Village on. And they would buy it tomorrow if they got the money. And so I don't know. I've asked for some big numbers sometimes, but it happens. So if you'd like to make this happen so that we could start building on this piece of property is $330,000. And so I'll just ask, I don't know, is there anyone here that came tonight that said, you know what, Jay? I was on the way here and I was praying to God and I said, if he asks for some stupid number, I'm going to do it. So if you had that conversation with God on the way here tonight, I am giving you that opportunity now to come forward and let it happen. So I will just ask, is there anyone here that would say, Jay, I'd like to get this project underway? $330,000. Our family, our company, our foundation, we'd like to do that. That's crickets, by the way, what you're hearing right now. And as a guy that's been married and divorced 3 times, I can tell you, it's important to talk with your spouse about decisions like this before you just go ahead and volunteer the money. Communication's key. You marinate on that one a little bit, and we'll come back to that if at some point. The cost of survival. You heard Elizabeth talk about tiny homes. Tiny homes are important because those are going to be built on the property. They're going to be a small house that has everything it needs and nothing it doesn't. It's going to be a safe place where a survivor can live and have her kids live with her. And it'll be safe. And one of those tiny houses, believe it or not, even here in Orlando, can be purchased and built for $20,000. So, is there anyone that would say, and for everyone, we talked about this tonight, if you decide, Jay, we'd like to build one of those tiny houses, we're going to pop your name right on the front door or right outside it and said, this home brought to you by, it'll be right there. I mean, I know as Christians, we love to build things. We love to build. Because anytime we go buy it, we know, yeah, we helped build that. I mean, surely there's at least 10 of you in here that had 4,000 shares of Pfizer stock this past week, and you were going to go buy a boat. Well, now you can do something else with it. Is there anyone say, Jay, I'm in for $20,000? No worries, but I want you to know what it costs. The cost of this ministry. These are real numbers. This isn't stuff we're making up. When you write us a check, I want you to know what it's going to do. A real need that's pressing right now, and if you could fill this one tonight, that would be awesome. The house, the transition house right now has a pool. It has a deck, and it's screened in, and it's a beautiful, relaxing, therapeutic place where the women can read and just sit, have coffee, and the deck needs redone, and the screen needs fixed. That's $15,000, and they'd love to get that done. I mean, that would be huge. I don't know if there's anyone here tonight that said, Jay, yeah, I wasn't into the tiny house thing, but that's a real need, and we'll meet that right now tonight. 15,000? Anybody? Yes, sir. Tiny house, 97. 97 says, I'm going to build a house. Anyone want to match that? Because we should have 2 on the property, at least. Anyone else? Anyone want to do the $15,000 fixing the deck and the screen? Again, that's a hard need right now that would be huge to be able to get that done as winter's coming around here for us. Anyone at $15,000? Sir, again, God bless you. Appreciate the tiny house. There's these things called site directors, and they're kind of important because they essentially run everything that's going on at the village or the house. The monthly cost of that is $5,000 a month. I personally don't know anyone that would work for $60,000 a year and have to work 65 to 70 hours a week to do what this site director does. But they're called to do it, and they've got a servant's heart, and this is what they were called to do to help these women. If you'd like to reach and handle 1 month of the site director's cost, would you say, Jay, I'll do 5,000. I'm in for 5,000 anyhow. Cost of a site director, 1 month, their cost, 5,000. Anyone want to meet that? If you do not, by the way, if you do not want anyone to know what you're doing, and I'm completely okay with that. A lot of people like to be anonymous. They don't, I don't want the left hand knowing what the right hand's doing. That's fine. You can go on your phone right now on the app, and you can bid, you can donate anonymously through there. Like if you want to do the 330,000, that probably will jack your credit card, off. You'll get a call or something, but we'll work out a payment plan on that. Anyhow, but that's you can do that through the app if you'd like to remain anonymous. The reason we like you to raise your hand here, because when someone sees you doing it, it encourages them to want to do the same thing. So that you get the site. Well, Elizabeth, you want to explain what all the site director does?
Sure, this is a wonderful question. The site director, Stephanie is our state coordinator, but a site director at Hope Village or at the house, she manages everything from the maintenance and the grass cutting and the outages and the pool leaking to the 2 a.m. crises where you have to call the hospital or you have to Baker Act somebody. The site director is responsible for organizing all the volunteers and knowing who comes and goes and knowing the program. It is living, breathing Letitia's house. She is the most important person, at the house, quite honestly, because she's the person that everyone goes to.
Social worker on steroids.
She's a social worker on steroids, but so yes. Well, Stephanie does the state coordinator for us, but the site director at Hope Village would be somebody like her. Yes, somebody who does that for.
Person that isn't hired yet.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
No, it's $5,000. Sally, what's your number that we're putting that on? 5,000. Buyer number 52. Bidder 52 at 5,000. Anybody else? 1 month, $5,000. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you. What's your number back here? 117. 117. Thank you so much. Anybody else at $5,000? At $5,000. 1 month of salary for the site director. What's that? I'm going to come down. I'm going to come down to some numbers that were just bear with me. Yep. Anybody else at 5,000? At $5,000. I want you to walk away from here tonight knowing what it costs to do this. Yeah. Thank you, Sally. Anybody else at $5,000? Again, as you think about that, and what I want you to do, again, you've seen Elizabeth, you've seen Stephanie. If at any time after this is done, you want to walk up to them and say, "Listen, I didn't want to raise my powder, but I'd like to talk to you about that. I'd like to cover that or whatever. I don't want to belabor this too much, but I want you to know where we're at." $2,500. This is a level, and I want you to know what $2,500 does. $2,500 buys half a car for one of our survivors. Jay, why are we only buying our survivors half a car? Because of the financial literacy that we're teaching them and the vocational training that we're helping them with, the survivors are going to buy the other half of their car so that they have skin in the game and they are vested in it. So essentially, you can still buy reliable cars in Florida in this area for $5,000 that will get you from A to B, and you're not dumping a ton of money in them in repairs. So, was there anyone that say, "Jay, I'm in for half a car at $2,500? That table back there, give me." Those are my girls. I got to put it on someone's number. You guys can divide it up. We'll let you figure. On 01? 001. They'll pay for it. They've got half a car. My ladies in the back there. Anybody else? Half a car, $2,500. Thank you, sir. What's your number? 009? 009, half a car. God bless you. Thank you. Anybody else at $2,500? 110 says I'm buying half a car. On 110 at $2,500. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Half a car, $2,500. You guys are awesome. This is just, so you just heard me, 44 says I'll do $2,500. 44 says I'll do $2,500 as well. Thank you. We're going to roll right through this, gang, like crap through a goose. But what's that? Yeah, when they stop putting their card up, I go to the next level. I got someone to give you a tiny house. You said we shouldn't even ask for $20,000. Come on now, smile a little bit. 73. Elizabeth's gonna to her own cause. Half a car, $2,500. God bless you, Elizabeth. 73. Bidder 73. Half a car. Thank you, darling. You're awesome. Are you having fun yet? You heard me say it just a little bit earlier, and it's been brought up in all 3 videos tonight. Vocational training, GEDs. Vocational training, college, if you don't know how to do anything else, how do you do anything else? The average cost, we worked it out, the average cost a month of education is $1,000. Culinary arts, whatever. Welders, trades, skilled trades. These are the things that we can move. And I'm going to follow up what our conversation was a couple months ago. If you are a business owner and business person, it is vital that you'd say, come up to Elizabeth or come up to Stephanie tonight and say, listen, I've got a business. I don't care what their past was, but I would like to be able to give them an opportunity to work in a safe environment that will pay them a fair wage, and we will help train them if necessary. If you're one of those business people that is in that room, in this room tonight, that is as vital as this $1,000 level. So, but on that note, is there anyone say, Jay, I'm in for $1,000, 1 month of education, vocational training or college? 72 says I'll do $1,000. 72 says I'll do 1,000. Anybody else at $1,000? 89 says I'll do 1,000. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you. One of these days I'm going to get LASIK corrective surgery. 15 says I'll do $1,000. Thank you, sir. Anybody else? $1,000. 92 says I'll do $1,000. God bless you. Anybody else at $1,000? At $1,000? Anybody else? Thank you so much. Again, you're great. I want you to know the costs of survival. I was going to do something at 500, but I'm not, because I think the next level is even more important. And if you'd like to do multiples of those, you just tell me and just go dose or 3 or whatever, and we'll just add those all up. Our survivors don't know who they are. They don't have IDs. They don't have birth certificates. They don't have Social Security numbers. They don't know who they are. But if you've got $250 here tonight that you'd be willing to donate, we can help them get their identity back. We can help them get driver's license, IDs, birth certificates, Social Security numbers. And we can put them back on the map and let them know that they are someone again. If you would like to do $250, I'll start back here in the corner and just get your cards up. I'm going to read the numbers off, so ladies, just start writing them down. I'm a mess. 20, bidder 5, bidder 8. These are at $250. Give someone their identity back. 60, 57, 51, 53. By the way, 57 wants to do 2 of those. 61, thank you. 72, 51, 105, 74, 91. 90 is doing 2. 90 is doing 2. Thank you. 110, 108. Anybody else that I missed? 69, thank you very much. Anybody else at $250, someone's identity? Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you with this. On your phone, you can go there and you can donate again just by clicking the button. There's a $100 button there. Think about what you spend on date night. You can hardly hire a sitter for $100 on a night. But there's 120 of us in here right now. If every one of us, on top of what we've done tonight, just gave another $100, we'd be halfway to a tiny house. That's another $12,000. Or we'd be $3,000 short of fixing the screen and the pool deck. So think about that. $100, what do you waste $100 on in your life? I've got a YMCA membership, no jokes. Do not laugh. I signed up for it because, again, you have to take the first step. 2 years ago, I signed up for the YMCA membership, and they deduct it every month out of my checking account, $53. I have yet, since that day, to walk back into the YMCA and use it. But they have taken that $53 out like clockwork every single month, and I keep telling myself, you know what, after the holidays, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to tear it up. It's that kind of stuff that we don't even realize that we're spending money on, that we could be doing so much more for someone that needs the help. You guys have been absolutely incredible tonight. On behalf of Elizabeth, I just want to say thank you for your generosity. It overwhelms me. It moves me. You've made her cry twice while she's been there, and it's awesome. I'm going to bring Pastor Benny up one more time. He's going to get some closing remarks. It's been my honor to be your auctioneer tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and God bless you. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Was this amazing or what? Jay did a great job. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Whew, what a night. What are we doing? I don't know anything about this. What are we giving away? Oh, Prada. Oh, Prada. All right. Oh, two winners. All right. The first winner, I'm just going to give you the last three numbers. The first winner is 813. 813. Where? All right. All right. And we have another one to give away? All right. All right. Oh, okay. Really confusing. 831. 831. Hey, 831. There we go. All right. Oh, thank you. Well, it's getting late, and I don't want to detain us any longer, but I do want to make a couple of comments before we go. This has been a long, very remarkable year for all of us. And the fact that you came tonight is just a real testimony of your desire to be involved at some level. I mean, obviously, some of you came because you were simply invited, but I hope that you have been challenged and inspired tonight, and we are so grateful that you have come. And I just want to say thank you so very much for being here. God has definitely sustained us in this past year, and the challenges that have come with the reduction in the giving for Letitia's house, but God has sustained us, and we're very, very grateful. But I think we would be remiss if we didn't one more time thank two people who this has been an incredibly stressful year. Very challenging, and yet their faith for what God has called them to do has shown through in a wonderful, wonderful way. Jeff and Elizabeth, we are so grateful to God for you, and thank you for your endurance and your faith. And this has been a wonderful night. Wonderful, wonderful night. Listen, I want you to know that you can partner, as Jay was saying. If you want to donate the $100, you can do that online. You can let us know. If you want to do something monthly, you can speak to Stephanie wherever she is. The dreadlocks is what you're looking for over there. And, I mean, it's just you've got an opportunity to continue to support this ministry. I quit counting at 79. So, yeah, $79,000 is where I stopped counting. So we got a little bit more than that because I knew I needed to come up here, so I quit counting. Yes, absolutely incredible. Thank you. And listen, we really do want to say that what God has done, we believe He is going to continue to do with this ministry. We really do believe that this Hope Village is going to take place. We really do believe that. And I hope that at this meeting next year, we will be able to tell you how God did that. So you want to make sure you make plans to be at this meeting next year because we will have some good things, I think, to share with you. Thank you for being here. There's going to be dancing if you want to. There's going to be an open bar if you're interested in that. But thank you for being with us, and have an excellent holiday season and a blessed new year. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.